Jared Parry for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Our Kings Competitions. Delighted to be joined by a returning Viddal Riley. Just over a week out, you're coming back. It's been a bit of a frustrating year for yourself, though, would you say?
Let me sit a bit closer so you have to stretch what we're doing. But yeah, obviously I've had this question a few times about the year being frustrating. Yes, in the beginning it was realising how long I'd be out the ring. That is frustrating. But you learn to roll with it, man. You can't stay frustrated. So you make the most of the time. You live your life. You get on with it. And I'm happy that I'm back before the year ended, because that was really a motivation of mine. I did want to get back in the ring before the year ended. December the 14th, we left it closed, but either way, it's happening. And I'm just gassed. I'm ready to perform, man.
So you probably came off like the best opponent you'd faced so far, a victory over Mikael Lawal, former British champion. I'm sure that you'd have had the momentum and wanting to get back in. How was it having to cope with having to have a bit of a lengthy layoff after probably your career best win?
That was the frustrating part, because that was a time to kickstart some momentum, because it's a big win. It's my biggest win. And yeah, you wanted to kickstart from that, but that wasn't the plan. That wasn't Life's plan. Life's plan said you need to take some time and work on things, and then come back better, and then be ready for what you've signed up for. Be ready for the challenge. So I'm very grateful for the year that I've had. But yeah, it was frustrating not being able to capitalise. But we move. We're back.
You're going to say you're back. You want to be back in by the end of the year. You said you cut it fine. See, but the opponent you've got in to be in with Jack Massport, it's a tough opponent, so you're not bouncing back with just a walkover, are you?
Yeah, you still need to be tested, to an extent. You need to have that competitive spirit there. That nature needs to be there. You want that person to be not just a body. Do you know what I mean? But so when we decided on the opponent, we know that this is to cook up for a good 2025. But at the same time, it's a fight, and you need to feel the element of fight and a threat. There's no point just fighting if you feel no threat. So good opponent, tough opponent, and yeah, I look forward to demonstrating my skills.
A lot of people are drawing conclusions, obviously, with Boxer. You've also got Isaac Chamberlain. There's been a bit of a rivalry bubbling there. If it was offered to you, would you have jumped in with Isaac Chamberlain on December 14th?
Yes, I would have. And I think that's what a fighter is going to say, right? But at the end of the day, when you're a business, you're a fighter, you're a business, you got to make good business decisions, not emotional decisions. And the smart decision is to get in there with an opponent that's game. You've been out for how long? Do what you need to do, and then go into a fight like that. And that's why you have a team. That's why you have advice, because the fighter's always going to make the mature decision. But it's about being smart. So yeah, this is the best thing for me to do, to cook for next year.
But would you say that's the fight that you'd be drawing to maybe in the early part of next year if all goes well?
Hopefully, yeah. I don't want to have a big gap. I'm not going for this win. This is a cook-up fight for a reason. Do you know what I mean? This is that fight for a reason. You can't have a big gap after one of them. You want to make sure that you're back in. So all things being, equal and everything's blessed, then yeah, we'll be back in early.
Obviously, after your last fight, there was a bit of a triangle between yourself, Chev Clarke to get involved, and obviously Isaac Chamberlain was there as well. Chev won the British title against Ellis Zorro. He's now fighting for the European title. I think the same night I think you're fighting. Yeah, it is the same night. So sometimes with that, you do see the British title may come free because obviously he's got that. Do you think the fight between you and Chamberlain is one that really should have the British title on the line?
Yeah, I mean, me and Mikael could have had a British title on the line if he didn't lose it to Isaac. So yeah, me and Isaac should definitely be a British title fight. At least in eliminator. I feel. But all those details, we'll get to them.
You say it is quite a good little triangle of fighters. You're all basically could all probably fight within each other, like yourself, Chef. Obviously, we're seeing now with some of the Riyadh season cards as well. Matchroom Boxer also are putting on cross-promotional fights. So, as we see on the undercard of the one announced with Joshua Boatsy, Callum Smith. So, do you think that you could maybe see yourself and Chev maybe next year as well?
Hopefully, man. I'm here for all the big fights. I'm just making it clear. I'm here for all the big fights. I have a plan, and I want to clear domestic level. So if whatever fights involve that, let's do it. Let's just try and make them happen. But all of that doesn't matter because we got Stephen to deal with on next Saturday.
When you look at the top of the cruiserweight division, it's absolutely thriving at the minute. Obviously, we've just seen Zero Ramirez become a unified champion in a good fight with Chris Smith as well. Obviously, Chris Smith, the domestic opponent, could be looking to come back next year. You got Jaya Pataya that a lot of people are talking about. We've seen him he's on a bit of a path of destruction, and obviously had that big win over Bradis as well, which was a big 12-round one. How do you view the top end of the cruiserweight division?
It's in a good place. I feel like we're heading towards an undisputed fight. That's how it seems, you know what I mean? The belts are starting to close up a little bit, so maybe, and especially with Riyadh season now, making these undisputed title fights like that, I feel like we're maybe 2 fights away at the top from seeing that. And good fighters that deserve to be where they are, fighters that deserve to be where they are, so we're gonna see how that cooks up. Whilst I'm doing what I'm doing here, we're gonna see how that maneuvers, how that changes.
I'm sure you'll have one eye on it. I've got to ask though, obviously Riyadh season, you can't not talk about the card that was announced last night. Now, I say most boxers are also sort of fans in the sport. What was your reaction when you first seen all them fights on one card?
Mad. It was like, wow, like this is, you have to watch this. Like there's no way you can't watch that card, man. It's all world title fights. I'm happy Turkey said it's only going to be 20 quid as well because he has the right to charge more for that card. He does, but yeah, good card, man. Very exciting as a fight fan, as a fan of the game. Very, very good card. Very exciting card. Like I can see the poster in my head now. Like, yeah, man, golden.
What's the standout fight for you? Is it the rematch of Beterbiev and Bivol? Is it Dubois and Parker, or is it one of the other ones?
All of them are good fights, man. I like Buatsi and Callum Smith. People can't sleep on that one. That one is a serious. Like Zhang as well and Caballero. Caballero's been cutting through everyone. Shakur, always good to watch him. The whole card is good, man. You're tricking me with that. You're tricking me.
Sticking with that subject, obviously the next Riyadh season card is the big rematch. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, undisputed world heavyweight. Well, the unified world heavyweight championship now. It's not undisputed this time round. How are you viewing that one? Did you think Tyson Fury gets revenge, or do you think it'll be a repeat for Usyk?
Fury, man. Fury. Like, I'm going with Fury. He knows how to win rematches. The track record speaks for itself. I'm going with Fury.
Just the final one then. Just obviously the ring return next week. You said it's been a frustrating period. Just a message to your fans who've all stuck by you through all this, and all the coaches as well who stuck by you through all this. And as you're back now next week, just a message for them.
No, big respect to you all, man. Obviously, my team, we know we always show gratitude within our circle, but to the people that I can't access, same way, thank you. Because, yeah, man, the world's a fast place. Things change, things pick up, drop off, and if you manage to say, no, I'm sticking with it and I'm watching, that's love. And watching me have that performance next Saturday, you'll be gassed. Thank you.
Brilliant. Viddal, thank you very much for your time and best of luck next Saturday.